Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Bracketology episode. You guys have been waiting for this for a long time, but I want to start this video kind of fun. Every single Bracketology that's on the same day as an LC game, I'm gonna vlog the LC game as the intro for the Bracketology. If you're not interested in this and you only want to see the bracket, go to this timestamp. And so currently Lake Central is playing Andrean, which is a private school, and that has like very few people. They basically just like recruit people to play sports. They're decent in basketball. They're about as good as us. I would compare them. They're the Notre Dame of this area, as in they're kind of elitist and people don't really like them. So big rivalry game. A lot of people are gonna be here. David, final score pick. Who you got?
Shit, I got LC, 45, Andrean, 37.
Okay, I'm gonna take LC. I'm gonna go. I think it'll be closer. I'm gonna go LC 40-38. Low scoring game last time against Gary. We did end up beating Gary by 4, but we're gonna go into the game now. I know you guys love the other vlog I did when we rushed the court. Maybe we'll rush the court. Probably not, but I'll see you guys in there. Dude, the JV is kicking ass right now. Tip off ready. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Tip off, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir! LC won on a 24-2. Right, it was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter. They went on a 28-2 run. It's 34-10 at half. I did not expect a blowout, I'll tell you that. Let's go. Final score, LC 61, Andrean 44. A blowout. I did not predict a blowout, but we got the dubs. We got the dubs, absolute blowout. So, hey, next Bracketology right now, but big dub for the
Hey, absolutely great game today. Can we say it?
Sure, go.
Fuck Andrean, bro. Fuck it.
All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that little intro, the start of the video with the basketball game. LC wins. If LC wins, it's a great day. If Andrean loses, it's an even better day. So, but Bracketology is coming as promised. Today we have another guest. Please welcome Kickfitity. He does have his own YouTube channel. He's a Browns fan and an Ohio State fan. He wanted in on the Bracketology, so I had to let him in. What's going on?
What's up? What's up, guys? I'm ready to pick a nice bracket here.
All right, so just like last time when Uncle Luke was on, he's going to do the left side of the bracket. I'm going to do the right side of the bracket. So
All right. So should I just say who wins and then you like copy
I'll
and paste
move
the, like,
I'll
team?
move I'll move everything. So
Alright.
and we can discuss why teams are where they are. So
I
you want to start off?
Sure. Baylor. Baylor pretty much.
Baylor's kind of the de facto #1 team in the country because Purdue and Duke and Gonzaga all lost, so they're the new. Now here's what's funny. People have been making fun of Oregon because they're like 4-5 this year and they were ranked in the top 10. Baylor is at Oregon this week, and they play Villanova too. They have Villanova and Oregon this week. So
the beginning of the season in college basketball is always wild.
they might drop again if Oregon wants to finally show up.
Yeah, Baylor, are they the best team? Like, would they beat every other team in the country? Maybe not, but I think they deserve the #1. So yeah, they're gonna win this game. It's Morgan State or whoever else. Xavier, Oklahoma, always 8-9 matchups. I always feel like there's always an Oklahoma team in the 8-9 matchup. Probably Xavier here.
I know Xavier played a really good game against Ohio State.
Yeah. No, Xavier beat us, right?
Yeah.
Xavier won.
I know.
So,
that's what I was talking about. They won.
I don't know. Oklahoma played Iowa State, or did they play Iowa State tonight?
They will. They're in the same conference.
Yeah, of course. West Virginia, UC Santa Barbara. I'm going to go West Virginia. They've been pretty surprising this season, I guess. Okay, I need to pick some upsets here. What's this team in number 13?
That's Utah Valley. They took down number 12 BYU at home.
BYU. I'm going to go with Houston. I feel like they'll probably get this done. So, I'm going to go with an upset here then. San Diego State over UConn. San Diego State. I watched one of their games. They were on. What was it? San Diego State basketball.
Yeah, I haven't adjusted much of the small conference teams. Like obviously, I put in Utah Valley because of their big win, but like some teams have just like I still have Wisconsin, Milwaukee in here. They're 2-6.
Yeah.
I will eventually.
San Diego State played BYU close. That was the game that I watched. Okay, so I'm gonna go San Diego State. Then Kansas is gonna win this game. BYU Iowa. I'm gonna go with Iowa. I forgot his name, but that dude, number 15, I'm pretty sure, one of the more surprising players, one of the better players in college basketball. Kentucky. I'm picking Kentucky over Liberty. Then number 1 Purdue, even though they lost. That's Texas Southern.
Texas Southern actually beat Florida. Texas Southern was 0-7 and they beat Florida.
They were 0-7. I watched that.
They were 0-7 and they beat Florida. If I click out of this, I'm gonna be, yeah. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Texas Tech, Florida State. It's kind of coin flip here. Probably. I don't know. Florida State probably. Florida State. Yeah, Ohio State over Iona.
I don't know. Iona beat Alabama, and they looked pretty good doing it, too.
Then Seton Hall.
Coached by Rick Pitino, too.
Then we have a all-Wisconsin matchup here.
I just realized if teams play in the regular season, they can't play in the first round of the tournament. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to give you St. Bon... Oh, nope, St. Bonaventure also played Marquette. Hold on. This is pissing me. All right, so instead of Wisconsin, you get Auburn.
Indiana,
you get Auburn now. Because if teams play in the regular season, they can't play in the first round of the tournament. Wisconsin played Marquette and beat the soul and will to live out of them. So
Wisconsin's all right this year.
So now you got Auburn and Marquette.
Auburn versus, let's see. Auburn played a nice game against UConn. That was super high scoring. It went to double overtime, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did lose that game though.
I'll go Auburn here. And then Arizona, really surprisingly good this season. Top 10 and everything. They're playing a toothpaste team, so no.
I
I think Arizona wins.
feel so bad for Colgate because like they're a pretty good team. They've made the tournament like the last 2 times, or whatever, and everyone just gives. They're always just like, oh, the toothpaste team.
Yeah, and another team that I always see is Lipscomb too. And so
Yeah.
and Michigan, Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
I know Michigan. I know Michigan's your favorite team in the world.
That's it. I've had enough of that fraudulent basketball program. And then
What was funny is
Villanova.
was Ohio State lost in football to Michigan, obviously, but then they beat Duke like the very next week or whatever.
Yeah, that happened last time too. I saw the stat.
And what's it called? And Michigan lost to North Carolina. So something was like North Carolina and Ohio State beating each other's rivals when they're having when they're down in the dump. All right, I'll take my side of the bracket. I'm going to take Duke over Siena. They lost a tough game. I actually picked Ohio State in that game against Duke. I had a really good feeling, so I picked Ohio State. I'm going to take Illinois over Virginia Tech. Illinois has been kind of this year. They did pick up a good win over Iowa. The Big Ten is like the Wild Wild West. Everyone's pretty good. USC and Loyola. I'm taking Loyola. I had them at an 11. I moved them to a 12. It basically doesn't really matter. I'm gonna take Loyola in this one. Michigan State, UAB. I'll take Michigan State. They picked up a good win they beat Minnesota on the road. I feel like the Big Ten places that are really far away, like Minnesota, Rutgers, I feel like those places are hard to play at. Wisconsin, and the play-in is, we'll go San Francisco and Memphis. Memphis is just they're a poverty program. Poverty program. You paid Amoni Bates all that money, and you can't even beat Murray State. God.
Amoni Bates is a fraud. He should have gone to Michigan State.
We don't need him.
To that Wisconsin school recruits were going.
Michigan State, Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
A kid from my high school went there.
Yeah.
St. Mary's and North Carolina. St. Mary's is a good defensive team usually, but I'm going to take North Carolina. And then Gonzaga, they fall to the 2 line after a loss to Alabama. Alabama won the SEC championship, and they beat Gonzaga in the same day. I think they became the first team ever to beat an AP top 5 team in basketball and football on the same day.
They were top 5 in basketball?
No, they beat a top 5 team.
They
They became the first team to beat an AP top 5 team in basketball and football in the same day. Give me UCLA, although Murray State did just beat, what's their names?
Memphis.
I might have to switch them. Actually, I'm going to move Murray State to a 14 seed, and I'm going to move Harvard to a 16.
Harvard versus UCLA.
2 smart schools. LSU and Florida, you're not supposed to have same conference matchups, but it doesn't really matter. Florida lost to an 0-7 Texas Southern team.
Florida needs to cancel their basketball program like forever.
I'm taking that. They did beat Ohio State, though.
Yeah, well, we don't need to talk about that. That was off a buzzer beater.
I'm going to take Iowa State over Ohio. This would be a very good 5-12, but Iowa State...
What? Is this Oral Roberts?
Iowa State is undefeated. They look really good. They're trending up. Didn't even have them. They were 2-22 last year. Texas and I need to take Oral Roberts out of there. They haven't been playing that well.
Oral Roberts is never gonna make this tournament again. They're just gonna
Tejas.
have a record of 2-1.
They did beat Ohio State though.
Really?
Jeez. Yeah. Texas. Obviously, they wouldn't play Iowa State in the second round, so it's a conference matchup. St. Bonaventure and the other playing is DePaul and Mississippi State. I'm gonna take St. Bonaventure. I was talking about how good they were gonna be, and then they lost to Northern Iowa, which I think they lost to someone else too. Did they lose to someone? I can't remember if they lost to someone else. Hold on. Did they lose to someone else? No, they didn't. They're 8-1. They play UConn on tomorrow. Tomorrow they play UConn. That will be a very good game. I expect St. Bonaventure to compete. They play Virginia Tech next Friday, so they'll have some good games on their schedule to see what they can do. I'm really high on the Bonnies. I'm gonna take Arkansas over Murray. Indiana and Colorado State. People were yelling at me to move Colorado State up. They are also undefeated. Good for them. Good for them. They've played. Yeah, they're 9-0. They played Mississippi State next. Indiana blew a 22-point lead to Wisconsin. They need to learn how to close it out in the clutch. I'm gonna take.
Do you like Indiana? I mean, I assume you do.
I'm gonna probably end up. I'm going to either Indiana or Texas. So yes, I'm an Indiana fan.
Damn.
I'd consider myself an Indiana fan more than a Michigan State fan now, I guess. Whichever college I go to, Texas or IU, they will be my favorite team, and then Michigan State will be my second favorite team.
I see.
All right, you want to go with the second round on your side?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take Baylor over Xavier. Xavier's fallen off as a program. Like, they were like a consensus, like perennial, like top 2 seeds.
Them and Cincinnati were both number 1 seeds. So 2 teams from Cincinnati were both like 1 seeds, or I think the same to 2.
That was the year Ohio State missed the tournament, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm gonna take West Virginia here over Houston. And I need some upsets here.
Future Big 12 rivals. People are talking about the Texas and Oklahoma and all the they're talking about all that for football. It's going for basketball too.
All right, then I'm gonna take Kansas and San Diego State. I feel like San Diego State's always a tricky team, but I'm gonna go with Kansas here. Probably like a tricky game. Then I'm gonna take. I need a little bit of an upset. I'm gonna go with Iowa over Kentucky.
Okay.
I think Iowa's been. I don't know. They've been on and off. The whole Big Ten is just inconsistent. So I'm gonna go with Iowa here. Then Purdue versus number 8 Florida State. Purdue here. Purdue. Ohio State, Seton Hall.
Can you click off the what's it called?
Oh.
The board.
Yeah, my bad.
It was making it a little bit laggy.
Yeah. Ohio State Seton Hall is gonna be a good game. Arguably, Seton Hall should have won. But I should switch
Seton Hall in Texas, so it's not a rematch and a same conference matchup. Also, Seton Hall just beat Texas, so that was a really good game at Seton Hall. Seton Hall was able to win.
I don't know. I mean, Ohio State had a bunch of turnovers in that game. They didn't play well. I don't think that happens again next time. Especially Ohio State always seems like they heat up near the end of the season. I'm gonna go with Ohio State here over Seton Hall. Then, I feel like Arizona's probably going to cool off, but like they're on a real hot streak here. I feel like they're going to kind of cool off near the end. I'll go with Auburn here, an upset, and then Nova here.
Okay.
All right. Are you going to do your side, or should I just finish mine?
I'll go to mine. Okay. Duke and Illinois. Duke actually lost to Illinois last year in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Revenge game for Mike Krzyzewski. They're gonna win. Loyola and Michigan State, a rematch of the Bahamas Classic. That was a great game. Loyola's a tournament team, and the reason is because defense travels, and they're a defensive first team, and defense plays better on the road. So that was a great game against Michigan State. Michigan State won by 2 points on the last second. I think Loyola would win. It's hard to beat a team twice. So I'm taking Loyola. I'm going to take Tennessee over Wisconsin. Tennessee's definitely a better team. And then UNC and Gonzaga. I'm going to take Gonzaga. They're definitely the better team. And then UCLA and LSU. Give me UCLA. And then Iowa State and Texas. I'm going to take Iowa State. They've been looking like one of the best teams in the country. They blew out. They were a 5-point underdog against Iowa at home, and they beat them by 35. So, I'm going to take that. Say Bonaventure and Arkansas. I'm going to take Arkansas. And then Colorado State and Alabama. I really like Alabama. They look good. Just as good as they were last year. They were a 2 seed, I think, last year.
This is one of the better 2-year stretches in for Alabama. They were, or they lasted a 3?
They were a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
All right, back to your side for who's going to the Elite Eight.
All right. Baylor, West Virginia. I'm gonna go with Baylor here. Baylor to the Elite Eight. Kansas versus Iowa. I don't know. I don't want to be generic, but I'm gonna go with Kansas. They're better than Iowa is. Then Purdue, Ohio State. Purdue's the better team. Purdue swept Ohio State last year when Ohio State was so much better.
I need to make a change to this format. The top 4 teams in each region all have to be from different conferences. I have like 4 Big 12 teams in the other region.
Big 12 is pretty good this year.
Villanova, Auburn.
Auburn. I need some upsets here.
Like in Bruce Pearl and the Tigers.
So this is
all right.
Okay.
I'll go to my side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Duke and Loyola. Taking Duke. They're still really good. Iowa State, or no, Gonzaga, Tennessee. I take Tennessee. I'm seeing some concerns with Gonzaga. I mean, I don't know. They just don't look like that great. I mean, of the 4 major powerhouse teams they played, they went 2-2. So not bad, but I'd like to see a little bit more. They're not going to play anyone for a while. I'm going to take Iowa State over UCLA by virtue of I love UCLA. Iowa State looks unstoppable right now. They are a force at the moment. I mean, they are a complete force. They look great.
Iowa State is basically what we expected Iowa State would be in football this year.
And I'm going to take Arkansas. Oh, my God. So many same conference matchups. I'll fix this for next time. I'm going to take Arkansas over Alabama. This is close. 2 teams I think are 50-50. I'll go with Arkansas.
I would like to see an Arkansas fan. I mean, there's going to be a lot during the regular season.
All right, who's going to the Final Four?
All right,
Baylor,
Kansas over Baylor.
Ochai Agbaji, nation's leading scorer. They could be a 2 seed. I kind of punished them a lot for their Iona loss.
I don't know. I think they're better than a 3 seed. I think that Kansas. And then Purdue versus Auburn. Purdue, probably. I don't know. I mean, that loss to Rutgers is partially like you kind of have to view that in the same lens as you do the Duke game. Because even though Ohio State's better than Rutgers, it's like, yeah. And then you do your Final Four.
Okay. I am taking Duke over. Shit. I messed something up. Actually, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take Duke over Tennessee. They're Duke. They're really good. I mean, that's really all you need. And I'm taking Iowa State over
Iowa State
Arkansas.
to the Final Four.
They're 9-0. They look great. They look really good until they give me a reason not to pick them. I'm going to pick them. All right, who's going to the national championship between Purdue and Kansas?
I'm going to go with Kansas. I feel like Purdue's going to be... I feel like this is going to be a really good game, and a lot of people are going to be I'd be cheering for Purdue in this situation. Purdue's been always good, but they've never made it to the final. It's been a while since they made it.
As an honorary Indiana fan for the time being, I don't like Purdue. I know a lot of Purdue fans, so I'd honestly be rooting for Kansas in this game. But you're taking Kansas?
Yeah.
All right, Duke and
I think they're partially more experienced.
Duke and Iowa State. I think Duke. I don't think Iowa State is going to end up beating Duke. And then for the national championship, this would be a good game.
This is blue blood. This is what you...
I mean, I don't really live.
This is like when you look at the computers. This is what every year, like, either Kentucky. I feel like Duke is probably going to win the national championship.
I agree. I mean, I still think they're a great team, even with that loss to Ohio State. But we'll see how they fare the rest of the season. So our pick right now to win it all is the Dookie Blue Devils. But I hope
Iowa State with the Cinderella run.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone, for this episode of Bracketology.